creating your own book, and maybe what was the real motivation for you to start to write it and to realize your ideas?
Okay, there was an article in the German newspaper by saying from a very famous guy in Germany that you have to work 24 hours very hard to be a proper rock star. I went to Tanya, my girlfriend, and said, you know, what is written here is completely wrong. I have a completely different experience, because you don't have to work hard. You have to enjoy what you're doing, and then you don't have to work hard. So in this case, my situation to write a book, I told Tanya, I said, I think I have to write a book to tell people the opposite side. If you believe in what you're doing, if you believe in yourself and not want to be somebody else, if you make a decision under the right direction, not about where I can make the most money, because that's the wrong way. You're becoming a slave of money. You have to make a decision under the situation of what I would do, what is my feeling, what I can make really to make myself happy. And if you make a decision then under the right direction, under the direction of have fun and enjoy life, then you will have your whole life fun, you will enjoy your whole life, and you will become very successful because you're doing what you love to do. And I think that's the basic idea, because for people, I traveled around the world so many times and found out that so many people unhappy, they're blaming their parents, they're blaming their surrounding, that they're born in the little village, and in the book is written that we are born in the wrong place, we are born in the wrong time, but found out in the end that we did everything right. Because if the Vance philosophy, the Scopes philosophy, is built on friendship, I was looking for great musicians, of course, but also of people I can build a friendship with. So this, in the end, turns us into a very strong band which went in foreign countries and were showing the other countries like Russia, like France, that in Germany is a new generation growing up, which is not coming with tanks and making war, they're coming with guitars and bringing love. And this is the idea. You have to have a vision, you have to believe in what you're doing, and you have to have patience. And here in the book, Rock Your Life, I will inspire people to really finding out what they really are. Don't be somebody else, be you, going deep inside, finding out and listening to the little signs in life which telling you what to do to be not a rock star, be successful in life. What means to be successful in life? It means be happy, have the right wife, have the right family, and have the right job.
So you can say that all guys from the band share your ideas and philosophy, or you're kind of a teacher for them?
No, I'm not a teacher. I'm somehow, I think we came together because we noticed that we can build a very good chemistry, because chemistry is a very important point. The wrong thing would be that everybody would be like me. Then you have only one perspective. The best way is to really realize things. If you have a chemistry which is 360 degrees, then you have all the views and you can make, and that's what we had when we went by car in the early days in the 70s to foreign countries. We had to share our time 7, 8, 9 hours in the same car, listening to music, talking about the new show, and. And by talking together and discussing things, we came closer and closer and closer, and everybody maybe is not like me, but he's maybe sharing parts of my philosophy, I am sharing parts of his philosophy. In this case, we became a perfect gang, which really are building bridges between generation, religion, between different systems and countries and continents.
And what was their reaction on your book, on a radio book?
I mean, they were surprised because everything was so fast. Because I remember when I told you about to talk to Tanya, I said, look, that's completely wrong. To the point that I start writing was only 2 months because I found the right publisher, I found the right person who wrote with me the book, Lars Armin, and immediately, and when I told Klaus I write a book, what? Why didn't tell me? I said, you know, what's the time to tell you? Because now I can tell you because now I'm sure it will be happen. No, I mean, you know, maybe that's my friends.
So you had a stop person, 100% support from your friends.
From my friends.
Yeah, from
I mean, look, they know I'm crazy, and everybody in band can do what he wants to do. Matthias has his own shop. He has his guitar shop. James Kotick has his own band. Then the only person who is very not so busy is Klaus, but he has to really be powerful enough to sing every time when we're on stage, and that's very important for the band.
So, we all know Rudolf Schenker as a great musician and composer. And is there any difference between writing a song and writing a book? Was it a joy or more a work?
I mean, look, as in the whole years, from when I was 18, 19, I started to be interested in philosophy of Indian philosophy, Eastern philosophy, and by starting meditating and doing yoga and all the things, it was a very important part for me to make happening why I'm sitting here. So in all the traveling around the world, including the philosophy, the meditation, gave me my perspective of life. In this way, by seeing how other people suffering because the world became too complex, they don't know what to do because there's so many offers on the one hand, on the other hand they don't know what they want to do. But some people make decisions about money and I slowly but surely the whole thing came together. Write a song. It's a piece, a piece, a piece. A book is a big piece out of small pieces. But the small people are already under consciousness. That means I only had to take the pieces out and give it to the guy I wrote with the book, Lars Armin. So, and he put the puzzles together in a way that people get entertained on one hand, they're learning on one other hand, and they're also getting entertained because there are some very interesting stories with Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, and all the people I party with and stuff like this. And also they're learning a lot. I got many fan letters by Twitter and by Facebook where they said, you know, unbelievable, I took the book because I was not a big Scorpions fan, or I was not a Scorpions fan, but the cover was very interesting. I went through the book, I couldn't believe that something else which I never realized, that you guys are really like this way. I know that your songs are very strong, but that you have something so deep, be inspired so deeply. I never thought about it. So people buying a book because they're buying a book to say, okay, it's interesting, but in the end, they are starting to go to the books like crazy because they can't stop finishing, because there's always something new where they're interested in. And I think that's the good thing about my writer who wrote with me the book, that it's on one hand part it's an autobiography in it, and the other hand it's only people knowing what about themselves and about life. And often I got the point for people saying I was so depressed and I didn't know what to do, and then I like the book came in my hands like a magic trick, and then I found exactly out what I have to go for, and that's great. If you get this kind of letters or notes, then you know it was really good to write the book, because I can help people with my experience, which I have.
And well, talking about Eastern philosophy, lots of people think that is based on asceticism and rejection of any desires or needs. And how can we combine our Western way of living and Eastern philosophy in this way?
I mean, always the yogis, Yogananda, and all the yogis have said that East and West need to come together, because the West have what the East doesn't have, and the East have something the West doesn't have.
But still, there is so huge difference now.
Yeah, but you have to find a way to combine. It's like different music styles. Out of different music styles, rap and rock, rap metal, push. Say, the right person comes together, creates the music, and out of that Linkin Park comes. Linkin Park, great band, but because they're putting two things together. It's always important that you're getting things which are not normally, like with Tanya and me, different cultures, but it's interesting to find out the other culture. It makes the life more interesting, and there is new ideas coming out, and that's the evolution. Evolution is people coming together. Love is a very important part of life, because without love, no life. So in this case, also Scorpions, they have many songs with love, and in this case, it's important. And I got the possibility to get, even as a rock musician, which some people will say, meditation and rock music is really not fit together. For me, yes, because it's a question how strong you are, how can you live a life in this, let's say, kind of world of disaster, and on the other hand, being meditating, but it's possible. It's not so easy. It's not an easy life, but it's an interesting life. It's an adventure, and that's I try to explain people, even when they live in Irkutsk or in Omsk. Hey, there is a possibility. Don't listen to other people. Listen to yourself. Find out what you want and go for it. Make your life an adventure, because you have only one life, this life. Maybe next time you be somebody else, but take this life as a challenge, as a possibility to make something out of yourself.
In your book, you said that to make a dream come true, a person should believe in it and have no doubt about his dream. And what if, for example, a person wants to become a rock star and has no talent or no ear for music?
Look, very easy. What I said also in the book is you have to listen to yourself. And if you're true yourself, then you noticed that you can't sing. And even when you can't sing, you can make it to become a star. Bob Dylan can't sing, but he became a star. Why? Because he had something to say. The question is, what is a musician? Musician, I noticed so many musicians which have talent like crazy, but they don't know how to use the talent. Some people, musicians, they have no talent, and using the little bit of talent in a way that people go and say, "Whoa, that's different." It's that you have to find a twist in between. You know, the most people think we have to sing like an opera star or like a rock star is good, like the highest C and the lowest C or whatever. That's not important. Important is the message. Important is that it's you not want to be somebody else, you want to you. And then you have to listen which direction you have to go to even use a little bit of talent to make it happen.
Okay, and the last question about your last chapter about love.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to ask you, so now can you say that you know what love is and that you discovered all the secrets of love?
I think there are many more secrets of love, but I found a few of the secrets.
Can you share with us?
And I tell you one thing, and I had always in my mother noticed also, I'd always inside very deep, it was the reason why I was the first guy in 1983, 82 already said we have to play in Russia. Somehow I had a feeling always there is something waiting for me. So this energy of love is the strongest energy which rules the whole world. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to have the big love. But the most people can't find it. Why? Because of misunderstanding. So you have to feel and understand the other person because of love. And if you understand the other person, it's like with a dog and the cat. Both want to have love, but they misunderstand because of different reaction. You have to understand the other person, and then you find more and more love. By meditating, you can go even deeper into love, and by living now. Living now means not think about yesterday and tomorrow, think about today. This moment is the only moment which exists. 1 second ago, it's already gone. So keep the moment as a big, big present from God and celebrate every moment, because every moment is something very special. And if you open your ears, your eyes, you will feel the love in the air. And every day you're being with somebody together, you can share the love. Brings you more love and more love. And how deep the love is, you will have to find out. I can never explain you how deep it is, because everybody has to find his point of deep love, and you will be amazed what love can do. So that's what is written in the book, and that's the reason why I met Paulo Coelho. That's the reason why we were invited by Mikhail Gorbachev, because I said, Klaus, you have to sing the Wind of Change, give it back, you have to sing it in Russian, you have to give this back to the Russian people, because they have to know what the message is all about. You're crazy, how are you? I said, look, let's see, maybe there is a good translation, and the first translation was terrible, but then on the second time we started, and it's worked out very well. We gave the message back to the Russian people. Mikhail Gorbachev invited us, and for me it was one of the most exciting journey in my life. On the 14th or 17th of December 1991, going to the Kremlin and meeting Mikhail Gorbachev in his working office. This was something very special, and I think that's the part. If you love people, and I always loved the Russian people, the Cossacks and all the horses, and when I was a kid I was watching this, and this love to this country made it happen that we were one of the most biggest rock bands coming to Russia. Then 1 year later, finding out that there is a big change in the air, we went with a boat from hotel to Gorky Park to celebrate this hard rock cafe party, and in the boat, Russians, Japanese, Germans, French, English, the whole world. It was like a boat where the whole world was in one boat. The Wind of Change song was happening, and in the end it became the soundtrack of the most peaceful revolution on earth. So in this case, that is love. So love inspires you, love gives you everything, and love is the way, what we can say, it's the fuel of life.
After this verse, all your fans just have to read this book.